Pay attention, my child. You are not allowed to skip this divine message because what I am going to bless you through this message, and if you miss it, you will lose those blessings. My child, your life is about to change dramatically within the next few weeks. Yes, and this change will be like never before, and it will change your life in an irreversible way. I am going to reveal about 3 major changes coming in your life, and you should pay attention completely. Child, you must still yourself. Lay down the weight of your distractions and silence the noise around you. I, the Lord your God, am speaking. Do not let the gravity of my voice pass you like a whisper on the wind. This is not a suggestion. This is a divine call, a sacred appointment in eternity. I have summoned you to this moment, and no moment after it will be the same. There is a stirring in the heavens on your behalf, and nothing can stop what I have begun. Even now, as you hear these words, angelic hosts are aligning with my will, preparing the atmosphere of your life to receive what you have not even dared to hope for. I do not operate in mere coincidence or chance. I work through purpose, design, and covenant. And my covenant with you is unbreakable. You must understand that I have seen what you cannot see. I have stood in your future while you trembled in your present. I have counted your tears and measured your pain, not to shame you, but to redeem every drop of suffering and every second of sorrow. None of it was wasted. It was all a preparation for glory. Now listen, there are 3 monumental shifts about to enter your life. They are not small tremors. They are foundational transformations. You are not waiting for them. They are waiting for you to be ready. And this moment of readiness is now. The first change will be in your identity. You will no longer see yourself through the lens of your trauma, failure, or fear. I am stripping away every false label the world has placed upon you, the names they called you, the roles you settled into, the masks you wore to survive. These are falling away. I am giving you a new name, one that comes from my mouth, not theirs. You will wake up with clarity. You will see yourself not as broken but beloved, not as abandoned, but appointed. No more will you shrink in the presence of others, for my spirit will rise within you like a fire that cannot be hidden. You will walk differently. You will speak with authority you did not know you possessed. The enemy tried to mute you with shame, but I have unlocked your voice with truth. You will become a vessel of my word, my light, and my compassion. Others will marvel not at you, but at me through you. The past that tried to bury you will now be the soil from which your greatest purpose will bloom. The second change, my child, will be in your provision. I am not a God of lack. I am not limited by your bank account, your resume, your education, or your environment. I do not bless according to human systems. I bless according to my kingdom, and in my kingdom, you are not in deficit. You are in inheritance. You have lived too long with just enough. Now I am opening the windows of heaven. Yes, I said windows plural. Not one stream, but many. I am raising people to bless you who do not even know your name yet. I am stirring hearts to be generous to you without knowing why. The wealth that was hidden from you is now being unveiled, and what once seemed unreachable will come looking for you. Do not be afraid of abundance. You were not made to struggle eternally. I will teach you how to steward what I give you. Your hands will not only receive, they will give. You will be a blessing distribution center. Channels of hope and help will flow through your life into others. You will not just survive. You will build, plant, restore, and renew. I will give you business ideas, investments, partnerships, and creative blueprints that cannot fail because they are not born from man's mind, but from my spirit. Now listen carefully. The third change coming to your life is in your relationships. I am doing a deep cleansing of your inner circle. Not everyone around you was sent by me. Some were distractions. Some were assignments from the enemy, and some were simply for a season that has now expired. I know it will be painful to let go, but you must trust me. I remove to replace. I prune to grow. What you thought was love was often a counterfeit, a shadow of the real connection I desire for you. I am sending divine connections into your life. People who carry my spirit, people who speak truth, people who will not compete with you but complete the work I've assigned to you. There will be alignment, spiritual, emotional, and practical. For some of you, yes, even the longing for covenant companionship shall be fulfilled. I see that ache in your heart. It was not placed there to torment you. It was placed there to prepare you for someone I am also preparing for you. No more will you chase love that cost your peace. No more will you beg for attention, affection, or loyalty. What I am bringing is pure, intentional, and secure. It will not harm you. It will not use you. It will not confuse you. You will know because my peace will be wrapped around it like a garment. My child, do not worry about how these changes will happen. Do not try to orchestrate or manipulate. Your job is not to control. Your job is to obey. Align your life with my word. Position your heart in surrender. Speak what I say. Walk where I lead. I will do the rest. You must be ready for some shaking because anything not rooted in me will be shaken loose. Some doors will slam shut and you must not mourn them. Some people will walk away and you must let them. Some plans will collapse and you must not try to rebuild them. I am the master builder and I am building something entirely new. I have not called you to comfort. I have called you to glory. I have not called you to popularity. I have called you to purpose. You may not be understood. You may not be applauded, but you will be anointed, and that anointing will open what no man can shut. It will heal what doctors could not fix. It will restore what years of effort could not touch. There is a reason for the warfare you faced. The enemy saw this moment coming before you did. He tried to break you before you broke through. He tried to bury you before you bloomed, but he failed because I never left your side. When you were at your lowest, I was closer than your breath. When you had no strength left, my strength sustained you. When you doubted yourself, I never doubted you. I know what I placed inside of you, and now is the time for it to come forth. Let me be clear. What is coming is not a reward for your perfection. It is a result of my promise. I am not blessing you because you earned it. I am blessing you because I said I would. I am faithful to myself, and when I speak a word, it does not return void. It accomplishes what I send it to do. Do not look at your current situation and judge your future. What you see now is not the conclusion. It is the turning point. Your story is being rewritten by my hand, and the ink I use is eternal. I write in mercy, not judgment. I write in hope, not despair. I write in power, not weakness. You are entering a divine acceleration. Things that took years will take days. Delays are being overturned. Closed doors are opening. The desert is becoming a river. What was once dry will overflow. What was once barren will blossom. What was once forgotten will be redeemed. I am not only changing your circumstances, I am changing you. You will not respond the way you used to. You will not fear what you used to fear. You will not shrink back when pressure rises. You will rise with it because I live in you and I do not fail. My child, I have not forgotten one single prayer, even the ones you whispered when no one was watching. Oh, even the ones drenched in tears and silence. I caught them all. They came before me like incense, and now the answer is on its way, not always in the form you expected, but in the form you need to be prepared for surprises. I love to astonish my children. I love to show up in ways that silence the doubters and confound the wise. I will vindicate you not by revenge but by revelation. I will show them who you are by showing them who I am in you. But remember, with great blessing comes great responsibility. Stay humble, stay surrendered, stay in awe. Do not let pride take root. Do not idolize the gift over the giver. I am your source always. Keep your eyes on me and I will take you where no map could lead. Look back and remember those who have gone before you. Learn from their journey, for their stories are not just ancient tales. They are living testimonies. The same spirit that moved in them moves in you. The same fire that purified them will purify you. And the same hand that brought them through will bring you through. Consider Abraham, the father of faith. When I called him, he did not even know where he was going. I told him to leave everything familiar, his homeland, his kindred, his father's house, and walk into the unknown. And he obeyed. That obedience cost him comfort, cost him clarity, but it brought him covenant. For years he walked with nothing but a promise in his heart, and stars in the sky as confirmation. People mocked him, time tested him. Even his own body betrayed him as age crept in, and the promise of a son seemed impossible. But I am the God who does not lie. I gave him Isaac, the son of laughter, the child of destiny. And when I asked Abraham to lay that promise down on the altar, he did not withhold him. That was the moment of true revival, because he showed me that nothing, not even my own gifts, would replace me in his heart. Remember Joseph the dreamer? I gave him visions of greatness. Yet before the palace, he found the pit. His own brothers betrayed him. He was sold, stripped, slandered, and imprisoned. But even in prison, I was with him. Even in the darkness, I refined his heart. I tested his character and grew his wisdom. He learned to interpret not just dreams, but hearts. When the time was right, I lifted him in a single day from the dungeon to the throne. Child, hear me. The delay is not the denial, it is the development. When Joseph stood in front of his brothers, no longer a boy, but a ruler, he did not seek revenge. He saw my hand in every moment of suffering. That is revival. Not just rising up, but rising up changed. I think of Moses, raised in a palace, but born for a mountain. He ran from his calling, tried to bury his purpose under the sands of shame. For 40 years, he tended sheep in obscurity, believing he had been disqualified. But I do not discard those I call. I came to him in fire, a burning bush that would not be consumed. And I called him back, not because he was strong, but because he was surrendered. He stammered, he doubted, but I do not need perfect vessels, only willing ones. Through him, my parted seas, humbled empires, and delivered my people. The man who once ran in fear stood face to face with kings. That was revival, not just deliverance for a nation, but the return of a man who had thought his story was over. Do you recall David? A shepherd boy ignored by his own father, dismissed by his brothers, and doubted by a king. But I saw his heart when no one else did. While he sang songs to me in the fields, I was preparing him for a throne. When he faced Goliath, it was not the size of his stature, but the size of his faith that mattered. He did not fight with armor or experience. He fought with trust. But even after victory, he faced years of hiding, betrayal, and brokenness. He cried in caves and wept in silence. Yet he never stopped seeking me. His failures were great, but my mercy was greater. He became a man after my own heart, not because he was flawless, but because he was repentant. Revival came not only to Israel, but to a soul who learned that my grace outruns guilt every time. Look at Esther, a woman who was orphaned, hidden, and placed in a palace for a purpose far greater than her beauty. She risked everything, not just her comfort, but her very life, to stand for what was right. Before she went before the king, she fasted, she prayed, and she waited on my timing. And I favored her. Through her courage, I preserved a people. Through her obedience, I revealed my sovereignty. Revival came through her when she realized that her elevation was not for vanity, but for victory. For such a time as this she stood. So will you think of Elijah, the prophet who called fire from heaven. He confronted wickedness, called down rain, and stood alone against a nation in rebellion. Yet even he had moments of despair when he ran into the wilderness and asked to die. But I was not finished with him. I did not rebuke him harshly. I fed him, whispered to him, and strengthened him for the journey ahead. Revival for Elijah did not come in noise or spectacle, but in a still small voice. And I sent him back, not to die in despair, but to anoint the next generation. Do not forget Ruth, a woman from Moab, a land of idols, who chose me over comfort. She left her homeland, buried her past, and followed her grieving mother-in-law into the unknown. She gleaned in fields with no guarantee of favor, but I saw her loyalty. I saw her heart. I orchestrated her steps to Boaz, her kinsman redeemer, and through her came the lineage of David and ultimately of my son. Revival came to her not through might but through faithfulness. She showed that even outsiders can become integral to my plan when their hearts are yielded. Look at Job, a man who lost everything: his wealth, his children, his health. His friends accused him. His own wife told him to curse me. But Job wrestled. He questioned. He poured out his pain. And I was not offended. I welcomed it, because through that anguish, he learned to see me not through hearsay, but through encounter. Now my eyes see you, he said. And when he saw me, truly saw me, I restored him double. Revival came not just in restoration, but in revelation. Pain had stripped him of pride and replaced it with presence. Think of Mary, a young woman, barely more than a girl, chosen to carry my son. She was not rich, she was not known, but she said yes, and her yes shook the cosmos. She endured whispers, confusion, and labor pains that gave birth to salvation. Her obedience became the vessel for incarnation. Revival came through her womb, and her surrender became the cradle for redemption. Then Peter, brash, impulsive, often wrong. Yet I called him. I saw beyond his failures. Even when he denied me 3 times, I restored him. I did not disqualify him. I recommissioned him. On the same shore where shame tried to drown him, I spoke life into him. Feed my sheep. And he did. He preached with fire. He led with boldness. The man who once sank in water now walked in spirit. That is revival. When the weak become warriors and the broken become builders. And Paul, Saul, the persecutor, the self-righteous one, he hunted those who followed me. He thought he knew truth. But he was blind until I stopped him on the road and opened not just his eyes, but his soul. I showed him mercy when he deserved judgment, and that mercy became his message. He suffered more than most beatings, prison, betrayal, but he called it all light affliction compared to the weight of glory. He wrote of grace. He walked in power. He finished his race with joy. His revival began with surrender, and it never stopped. Now hear me. All these lives were not easy. They were marked by transition, pain, waiting, and sacrifice. But in each one, I was shaping a vessel that could carry my glory. None of them were perfect. None of them were without fear or doubt. But all of them trusted me more than their circumstances. And because of that, I could use them beyond their imagination. Do you not see the pattern? I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I do not change. What I did for them, I am doing for you. The fire that refined them is refining you. The wilderness that taught them is teaching you. The promise that sustained them will sustain you. You are not forgotten in your season of waiting. You are not overlooked in your struggle. I am not punishing you. Who I am preparing you. I am not ignoring your cries. I am answering them in a higher way. What feels like silence is actually the sound of me working behind the veil. I am raising you up in the spirit of those who came before. There is a reason you feel the pull. There is a reason you cannot settle for average. You were born for more. The anointing on your life is not cheap. It was formed in the furnace, and just like I walked with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fire, I am walking with you. You will not be burned. You will come out without even the smell of smoke. Child, the revival I am bringing in you will not just touch your life. It will overflow. You will become a lighthouse to others who are drowning. You will carry oil that heals wounds. You will speak words that break chains. You will shift atmospheres simply by showing up because you carry me. But never forget, revival is not about noise, emotion, or outward show. Revival is about hearts turned fully to me. It is when dead things come alive, when cold hearts burn again, when idols fall and truth stands. That is what I am doing in you. Not a momentary fire, but an unquenchable flame. Your name is written in my book. Your purpose is sealed by my spirit. Your future is not a question mark. It is a divine exclamation. What I began, I will complete. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right on schedule for my glory. So lift your head, strengthen your knees, and wipe your tears. Let joy rise, because the same God who met them in their darkest hour is with you now. The same voice that called them by name is calling you. The same hand that carried them is carrying you. You will look back on this season and weep not from sorrow but from awe. You will say, "Look what the Lord has done." You will testify not just from knowledge but from experience. You will not just know my word, you will embody it. You will not just quote my promises, you will walk in them. This is not a fairy tale. This is faith. This is not wishful thinking. This is prophetic destiny. You are part of a lineage of the called, the chosen, the refined. The world is about to witness what I can do with a life fully yielded. You are about to become living proof that I am still moving, still speaking, still transforming. The world needs what I've placed inside of you. The harvest is ready. The time is now, and I have chosen you to be my vessel. Just as I called them, I call you now. Go, my child. Walk boldly. Love deeply. Speak truth. Serve well. Keep your heart pure, your eyes fixed, and your ears open. I am with you always. And what I did before I will do again through you. Thanks for watching God's Message. Subscribe for daily divine messages. Click on the bell icon. Don't miss out daily God's Message.